Volkswagen is beating Tesla in Europe. Tesla has started to face tough times in markets other than US. In China, the new EV by Chinese giant changhan will give tough time to Model 3, but Tesla is way more uncomfortable in Europe than any other part of the world. So, join us today as in this episode, we are going to explore why Elon Musk is worried about Volkswagen and even test drove Volkswagen's EVs to find out how Tesla can learn from them. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Voltage. We are here to acknowledge you with all the latest high voltage car updates and their features from top to bottom, and also give you a brief analogy of them. So hurry up and subscribe to the channel and smash the notification bell to not miss any of our updates. With that being stated, let's jump into the business. We are living in a world where we see the rise of electric cars every day. It is not surprising that everyone is interested in this topic, especially after the recent news about Volkswagen beating Tesla in Europe. We all know that Tesla is one of the most popular car brands in Europe, and it has been dominating the market for several years now. However, recently, Volkswagen, in the first quarter of 2019, it announced that it sold more automobiles than Tesla. This means that they were able to beat Elon Musk's company on their home turf, Europe. This event is particularly noteworthy because it occurred barely 2 weeks after Volkswagen declared its intention to construct 1 million electric vehicles by 2028, at a rate of 300,000 per year. This shows us that even if you're not able to beat someone at something today, you can still do it tomorrow. Volkswagen has a lot to be proud of. They have the best-selling electric car in the world. They've been using the same platform for their vehicles since 1981, and they've sold more than 30 million cars worldwide this year alone. But one thing that might surprise you is that Volkswagen is beating Tesla in Europe, while they're at a huge disadvantage. Tesla had over 40% of all electric car sales in Europe last year, which was still only 1% of total vehicle sales. However, Volkswagen's share of EV sales just surpassed 15%. In fact, it's already passed Tesla's market share in Germany and France. This shows that Volkswagen has been able to get ahead of the competition by offering more affordable options, like the ID series models, as well as older models like the Up, e-Golf and e-Up. Volkswagen also offers better incentives for buying electric vehicles than Tesla does right now, because they have their own charging network, called Electrify America, which gives you free charging if you buy one of their EVs. Tesla can only compete with this advantage if it offers something similar, but no such announcements have been made. Now about Volkswagen vehicles. Volkswagen confirms intentions to transition into Wolfsburg facility to electric vehicle manufacturing in the next few years, with plans to construct the ID.3 electric hatchback and the Project Trinity electric vehicle. With VW seeking to acquire additional aspects of battery production for itself, the Salzgitter battery hub and other battery-related facilities will be established into a separate corporation. Volkswagen's Hanover factory will produce the MOIA autonomous shuttles and the ID.California camper. Volkswagen announced a number of important choices this week about electric car development in the next few years, including an $89 billion, $100 billion investment and plans to build a separate battery manufacturing company. The automaker also announced the details of its intentions to convert more of its plants to EV production in the coming years, emphasizing its commitment to increasing electric vehicle output. To begin, Volkswagen revealed intentions to convert its historic Wolfsburg plant to electric vehicle production, with full ID.3 assembly starting in 2024, to fulfill demand that the current Zwickau plant may not be able to meet. VW plans to build its Project Trinity electric luxury vehicle in Wolfsburg starting in 2026. We will give the Wolfsburg site a new character with our vision for 2030. Volkswagen CEO Herbert Diess said, "Our goal is to create a globally sustainable site with efficient group steering, 2 electric vehicle manufacturing plants, and a state-of-the-art research and development center, while simultaneously establishing and expanding other future-oriented sectors." VW also unveiled plans to convert its Hanover factory entirely to electric car production. Project Artemis, VW's autonomous driving technology program, aimed primarily at future electric vehicles, will be included in the plan. The Hanover plant will also produce the autonomous MOIA shuttles and the ID.California camper, which is expected to be a retro-themed camper variant of the ID.Buzz. Volkswagen also hinted at EVs in the future, announcing that the fully electrified Brussels factory will begin production of the Audi Q8 e-tron in 2026. Meanwhile, the Leipzig plant will produce 2 electric Porsche models using the PPE platform. VW's Spanish division will also play a role in future electrification ambitions, with plans to start producing compact electric vehicles in Martorell and electric SUVs in Pamplona in 2025. These vehicles will be produced for Seat and other Volkswagen Group brands. Volkswagen also announced this week that Salzgitter, which is already a battery research center, will become a separate battery production company and hub, as had been hinted at in recent months. To that aim, the supervisory board approved the formation of a European business today, which will combine all of Group's battery-related activities and ease future third-party involvement. According to the manufacturer, the new company will also oversee strategic partnerships with Umicore 24M and Vulcan Energy, which were unveiled this week. One of the more significant advancements reported by the automaker this week was the construction of a distinct battery production unit, as pressure has risen in recent months to organize a robust response to Tesla in Europe, which is about to open its first European plant just outside Berlin. Following VW CEO Herbert Diess's statements in the German media last month regarding prospective job losses in Wolfsburg as a result of Tesla's ascension, which sparked political fallout and a brief leadership crisis at VW, Tesla's gain of market share among EVs in Europe sparked a regional political crisis last month in Lower Saxony, where Tesla is headquartered. A firm commitment of 89 billion euros in future technologies, such as electromobility and digitization over the next 5 years. This is how the new auto approach will succeed. Lower Saxony's minister, president, and member of Volkswagen AG's supervisory board, Stephen Weil, stated, "The Volkswagen Group's global investment of 21 billion euros in Wolfsburg, Lower Saxony, Hanover, Braunschweig, Salzgitter, Osnabrück, and Emden is yet another proof of its commitment to its Lower Saxony roots. This powerful signal encourages us to protect about 130,000 jobs." Volkswagen appears to be redoubling its attempts to accelerate its transition to an electric vehicle manufacturer, already offering a wider range of electric vehicles. While Volkswagen is catching up to Tesla in the global electric vehicle market, some analysts believe the German manufacturer is still lagging behind Elon Musk's startup in several key areas, such as software, despite VW's scale advantage. You also have to know about the key facts. VW wants to launch around 70 entirely electric car models by 2030 in order to achieve EU climate standards and beat Tesla. VW also intends to lower the cost of electric vehicle batteries and enhance battery efficiency in comparison to Tesla by establishing its own battery cell manufacturing facilities across Europe. VW's first electric vehicle, the ID.3, was recently commended by UBS analysts as the most credible EV endeavor by any legacy car industry thus far. VW will be able to seriously challenge Tesla's sales volume dominance by 2022, according to UBS, driven by a multiplicity of launches. Tesla sold slightly under 500,000 electric vehicles last year, accounting for 16% of the worldwide market, while VW sold 422,000, accounting for 13%. VW sold the most electric vehicles in the fourth quarter of 2020, while Tesla sold 183,000. Tesla, on the other hand, had a 23% global market share in an all-electric car sales in 2020, more than double VW's 11%. VW stated on Monday that by the end of the decade, it wants to establish 6 battery cell facilities in Europe, as well as 18,000 public battery charging stations. This is a 5-fold increase over the current network. VW plans to deploy 3,500 charging stations. Despite some early successes in the EV market and its status as one of the world's largest automakers, VW remains only about 1/5 of Tesla's size in terms of market cap, $134 billion versus $678 billion. Volkswagen's reputation was tarnished by a diesel emissions scandal that broke in 2015, when the Environmental Protection Agency discovered that the corporation hacked its diesel vehicles to cheat emissions testing in the United States. Martin Winterkorn, who was Volkswagen's CEO throughout the emissions scandal, will face fraud charges in the coming months. He has maintained his innocence. Having said that, we have reached the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If yes, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up. And it's high time for you to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to get all the updates on our works. See you soon. Until then, peace.